We're in a very unforgiving time in the history of real estate right now. And I've been coming across a certain situation or scenario. I've been hearing from many agents that I'm connected to and many agents that I know. It's like, oh my God, I'm working my ass off right now. I'm grinding, and I'm just not getting the results that I want. Well, you're not alone, number one. And number two, yes, it's the easy thing to do is shift accountability and say, oh, well, it's just the market right now. There's no homes for sale. And so I'm just going to go hibernate for the rest of 2022. And we'll pick it back up in 23 once the inventory levels pick back up. That's the wrong strategy. Well, it's the wrong strategy if you want to do business. It's ultimately your choice. But if you're in the situation where you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just putting in all this fucking work and I'm not getting the results that I want, let me offer 3 possible reasons why this could be and some solutions to those 3 reasons. So number 1, could it be that you're working your ass off, but there is no definition of what your day looks like? In other words, you're out and about and you're doing all these things and you're working and you're grinding, but there's actually no structure to your day. You know, it's so funny. I was actually just yesterday on my team meeting, had Danny, one of Dan Beer's actually top producer, I should say, on the Beer Home team. Brian sold $110 million worth of real estate last year on a team, and he's on pace to, I believe, exceed that this year in one of the lowest inventory markets we've ever seen. He's in San Diego. This is a high price point area, so this is not like a cakewalk kind of situation where, you know, it's very easy to sell homes in his area. He's in a competitive marketplace, and he still has found a way to do 9-digit sales last year and this year. And so Brian emphasized the importance of falling in love with boredom. And falling in love with boredom simply means finding a structure to your day, defining a structure to your day, and adhering to it without fail 100% of the time. If there is no structure, there's no repeatability, and lack of repeatability leads to a lack of consistent results. Consistent action leads to consistent results. So if there's no consistent action on a day-to-day basis for you, and you don't have a defined game plan and you don't stick to it, how the hell do you expect to get consistent results or results at all? So that's number 1. Let's do some self-reflection here. Do you have a defined structure to your day? If the answer is yes, awesome. Let's move on to number 2. If the answer is no, start there. Number 2, oh my God, I'm working my ass off and I'm doing all these things, but I'm not getting the results that I want. Well, number 2, let's think about, are we as skilled as we should be? Because lack of skills is going to kill you. You could be doing the thing all day long, but if you are really bad at it, then why do the thing? You know, it's not just enough to play the game. You got to practice. You got to put in the work. You got to build your skill set. If you're going out there and you're pounding the pavement and you're busting your ass every single day and you're still not getting results, it's due to a lack of skill. If you're consistent with your action and the action's not yielding you a result, what does that tell you about the level of excellence excellence of that action? It's not there. If you were great at what you were doing, you would be getting results. So What does that mean? Well, for every single person, it's different. There's a cadence of skill set that you need to adopt in real estate in order to succeed. It's so multifaceted. People forget. It's like, oh shit, it's not just about finding the client. Then it's about demonstrating your value to the client and building that trust and building that relationship with them. Oh, and then by the way, once you start working with them, there's all of these other objections and life situations and things that come up that start to insert doubt into their mind, and now they start thinking, oh gosh, am I making the right decision, and am I working with the right agent, and oh my god, I just lost this house and I don't want to buy anymore, and oh, the interest rates go up, and so how are you going to handle all that? If the answer is I don't know, or I don't like confrontation, we need to kind of take a step back and figure out, how am I going to address all of these different scenarios? Because if you're not skilled enough to work through those with your client, especially in a market like this, it's it's not going to end well. It won't end well for you. So those are really the two main reasons why you're working and you're working and you're working and you're not getting consistent results. If by working you're only putting in that action, but lack of consistent action, lack of skilled action, ultimately is going to put us in a position, it's going to put you in a position where you constantly are flailing. It's constant chaos. You ever run into that agent before where you're like, oh my God, they're just totally unhinged. They've always got their dress shirt is like half untucked and like their hair is a mess, and they're always like, oh God, go to my next thing. Like, that person, yeah. That person sells 2 homes a year. It's not just okay to be busy. You have to be busy with a purpose, and you have to be busy with a commitment to excellence in everything that you do. The skill set and the structure are so integral to the success of your business. It's not just enough to put in the work. You've got to have defined structure, and you've got to be committed to building your skill set. You can do that, you'll succeed. Otherwise, this might not be the business for you. This is Danny Gould, everyone. Selling Silicon Valley. Stay legendary, everybody.